The UN Habitat Assembly Nairobi was a hub of activities welcoming delegates from member states around the globe from 27th to 31st May 2019, organizing an annual meeting under the theme Innovation for Better Quality of Life in Cities and Communities.
So I think this is two global agendas that can only achieve by engaging and empowering stakeholders, building partnership for implementation and tapping into local knowledge and including the children. I think children is the leader of today and also leader of tomorrow.
President Uhuru Kenyatta graced the occasion with stakeholders from different nations giving their contribution towards the theme.
This is the immediate response from Bangladesh side. We provide them space in our forest land just near the Myanmar.
This is an important event in all respects, as it is centered on the faiths we share as a diverse and interconnected society, which brings people from different religions together. We all have a duty to ensure we remain alert to forces and tendencies that seek to divide us along religious or even intra-religious lines.
Share, eat and pray together to make cities better. Thank you.
And for the first time, Jamia Mosque Committee alongside the UN Habitat Assembly Nairobi organized an Iftar dinner for the delegates and leaders in attendance.
In Indonesia, we have what we call interfaith forum, formed by these 5 religions. I have 27 cities, we have 27 interfaith religion forum. They have a regular meeting discussing anything related to faith dialogue.
Leaders from across the globe were in attendance to share the experiences.
As a leader, you have to be a good example to the people. As a leader, you have to show the good teachings. You have to spread the good teachings. Then you would have a more harmonious society that is under you, and therefore the country or wherever you come from will live more harmoniously, and people get to understand each other more and get to also work together more and also get to have a high tolerance level.
The first Ramadan interfaith dialogue took center stage as delegates took the opportunity to explore similarities, meet, challenge stereotypes and build relationships for a healthier and sustainable community.
This interfaith event will help as a platform for public, private and civil society actors to elevate policies, share practical tools, and raise awareness for sustainable urbanization.
There are fundamental verses in the Quran that says, if you save one person, regardless of his religion, you have saved humanity. And if you kill one person, regardless of his religion or his ethnic or his country, you have killed humanity. That's a fundamental verse in the Quran.
Speaking during the event, Sheikh Abdul Latif Abdul Karim urged the leaders to embrace different faiths that serve a social purpose, bringing city dwellers together to mourn, celebrate, remember, reflect, and help others.
Long time ago, the focus was the physical infrastructure. We're looking at the waste management, the roads, water management, the sewer, and so on and so forth. How those dwellers of this city are going to live comfortable. But then we never realized that the dwellers of the cities have to coexist between themselves. Not only coexist, but they have to peacefully coexist between themselves, because they need each other, not only on a professional level. An architect needs an engineer, a civil engineer needs a doctor or medical doctor needs a lecturer, and a lecturer, and so on and so forth. But then we have to coexist and live together as a community. irrespective of race, irrespective of color, irrespective of faith or religious background.
The Sustainable Development Goals SDGs are focused on the vision of not leaving anyone behind.
We have started what we call blended finance, and this is in partly, as was mentioned, the effort to actually try to finance the SDGs. The financing gap is so large that it will not be possible for development cooperation to actually close such gaps. Private sector will often not come in on their own, and that means we have to find new ways to see how can we do this innovatively. One of the elements that comes in here is what we call blended finance, and this is mixing grants with lending. This can be done in various ways. One is to take a loan and then put in a grant, and then mix that the one who wants to invest both get a loan and a grant and makes it more economically viable. Another element that is used, this is using guarantees. That means that the European Commission or EU can provide a guarantee with the aim that an investor, one can de-risk and one can guarantee the bank or the investor a certain return in case things didn't turn out as foreseen. This is also a way to try to bring private capital into this here.
Among the discussions also was the need to improve Nairobi City with plans to reduce traffic and ease movement along the streets.
We are reducing the space that is being utilized by cars within the retail corridor, and we are providing more space to the people. So we are converting the street into a one-way corridor, and so we'll have traffic moving from the Tomboya all the way to River Road. We'll have the walkways widened for more people to come in, and therefore you see with that we'll have more retail turnover because more businesses will have more customers being able to access their shops. And with more people coming into the streets, we have more eyeballs on the streets, which means improved security and safety as well.
Participatory slum upgrading was some of the key aspects under discussion so as to realize a better community in our cities.
We are working with 40 countries and 200 cities, and there we see 20 cities being really at the stage of scaling up, where the governments have committed at national and city level to improve the living conditions at scale. So to move really forward with improving people's lives and integrating slum dwellers into urban societies with an incremental approach, step by step, so that it's affordable to the people.
City plans and slum upgrading has come with its share of challenges despite the effort to change the narrative.
We have 1 billion slum dwellers globally, and if no action is taken, we will have 3 billion in 2030. So many people think the slum issue is an old issue, but no, it's still ahead. Cities are growing dramatically fast, so we need to think of people-centered solution. The scale can only be met with the people.
Achieving innovation for a better quality of life in cities and communities is bound by working together towards a common cause.
And I also would like to say that the interfaith sharing and working together invite us to come as individuals with personal stories rather than being burdened with collective responsibility and representation of the entire community. Through sharing, we gain greater understanding and become more inclusive in our interaction with people around.
Muhammad Shakumbo for Horizon TV.